What's going on, Brad? Let's see, let's get this going here. It says I'm live. Mark McKeever's in here. Brad's in here. Hopefully you guys can hear me all right. What's going on, Nick? What's going on? Everybody, what up? Shane White, what up? Can you guys hear me all right? Audio's good? Sweet. All right, cool. Yeah, so a little bit about what happened yesterday. So I woke up and I was playing some PlayStation, just getting videos delete or getting games deleted and stuff like that. Because I finally got Last of Us 2, because I know you guys want that to be the next game I play, and I haven't done a PlayStation game in a while, so I want to get that going. So I went ahead and I started deleting a bunch of games that I had already beaten or that I wasn't playing at the moment, and updating my PS4 and everything. And dude, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I have no idea what happened. So one minute I was online, next minute it was like, oh, can't connect to the Wi-Fi. Google Home didn't connect, because that's my go-to. I ask Google a question, and then if it's like, I can't connect to the Wi-Fi right now, I'm like, great. So I was having problems. So I called my ISP, and they were like, everything's good on our end. I don't know what's going on with you. Maybe we can maybe we can send you a modem. And I was like, cool. Can it get here tomorrow? And they're like, no, it won't get there till Tuesday. And I'm like, not only do I have a live to do, but I have other videos and other content that I'm so behind on editing just because of kids, and just, it's been a rough week as far as like being a parent and stuff. Not that it's bad, it's just busy. So I'm trying to get all these videos done and stuff. And I'm like, I need internet for that. Not to mention, my kids' sanity whenever I'm editing and working is their TV and watching, their shows and stuff. And their TV is a smart TV, a small little smart TV on their wall. And I don't have any way of putting like a Blu-ray player or anything to it. So I'm like, that's the only way I get stuff done. But anyway, long story short, I just kept refreshing and rebooting my modem and everything, and the internet was up. So I'm missing chat like crazy because I'm all the jargon right now. Let's back up here. Nice hair, man. Thanks. I appreciate it. I got out of the shower not long ago, so I just let it dry normally. And this is what happens when it dries normally. It turns into like Shirley Temple hair. Oh, I'm glad you guys like the hair like this. I might wear it more often. I'm not a Patreon, right? Or, I'm not a Patreon, right? Don't really care about them, to be honest. A Patreon? Alex W., I thought you were a patron. Are you not Alex Painter? I thought that was your name. Maybe not. Maybe I got confused. But what's going on, Andy? Random Andy's in the chat. Nick Mayfield, Jay Wolfie, what's going on? Everybody in the chat, hanging out. There we go. That's it. Now I can see it. So, oh, it's not him? Okay. Well, sorry about that. Alex W. or Alex Painter, if you have a different username, then let me know, because you're definitely the one getting this package that's long overdue of comic books that you won the December or the November raffle. See how all over the place I am? I'm so sorry about that, guys. Jay Wolfie, I'm doing all right, man. I'm trying to catch up. I actually got a notebook just for like my planning and everything, to try and get more organized with time management, because that's like my worst quality, to try and get you guys, all the stuff you deserve and all the stuff I promise you. Oh yeah, no, this isn't a Patreon exclusive. Thanks, Emin. Thanks for clearing that up. I just wanted, basically, to be honest, I wanted to give thanks to the patrons in a public domain, just so, everyone, all the other subscribers that I have and all the other people that like to tune into the lives can see how much I appreciate each and every one of the patrons, because honestly, they're helping with the content, and they're helping with me getting the things that I need to get to not only make the videos, but to also do the giveaways and stuff like that. Because I know that there are patrons out there, or Patreon content creators, that don't normally give away stuff. I think they do it like maybe once or, a couple times. I like to do it on a monthly basis because I want you guys to feel invested in the channel and in the, the community and everything. So I just want to make sure that you guys know that, I'm not just like, all the monetary, contributions, I'm not just taking them and like going out and stuff and like, not thinking about you guys. I definitely try and put it into the channel, whether it's designing and getting the merchandise or the business cards or the mug that you guys saw on my Instagram. I just wanted the other watchers and viewers of the channel that aren't patrons to see, to give thanks, or to see that I'm giving thanks to my patrons. I have 15 of them now. And some of them have been with me since September, and it's crazy. It feels like you guys have been with me a lot longer than that. And also I wanted to, put the word out there, because it is very helpful to get patrons, and a little bit goes a long way. Those of you that are, the Jedi Padawans, the Jedi Knights, and the Jedi Masters, and soon the Sith tier that I've been talking about for weeks now, that I'm finalizing and getting that put together. You guys are a big reason why I'm able to do the stuff that I do, as far as like all the content and all the giveaways and stuff. I am really, really proud that, my wife, or not proud, but I'm really thankful and grateful that my wife, is supporting my idea of transitioning hopefully into content creating full time. Because that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to get some sort of reoccurring, whether it's the My Friend Finally Watches or the My Wife Watches, to be my reoccurring content, and then just put out fun stuff. My son, which he can't hear you right now because he's watching television, his birthday's in March. So Ash and I want to do something really special for his birthday, and I'm not going to give away what it is just yet, but just look out for that video, and you might get to see footage of my son for the first time. Those of you that haven't, I don't think I've made a video with him in it. I know he was at the end of the Endgame fan trailer that we did over on Holden's channel. He was the little boy that was playing Ant-Man with the taco. That was my firstborn son, Logan. So this Logan. So yeah. Yes, Nick. Yeah, he was in the Endgame scene. Yeah. Pastor, I think the other 2 videos should have arrived. So if they did, that must be what this is, because I do have a package to open on stream again this time, which I'm happy about that, because I love opening stuff from you guys. So yeah, hopefully that's it, Joyful Spirit. Hopefully that's it. We'll be back in 20 minutes, gonna finish this episode. All right, man, no worries at all. Definitely feel free to watch it on playback and stuff. It's all good. Let's see. So Maniac this week, we'll send you an email now. Oh, okay, cool. You guys are talking amongst each other. But yeah, dude. So, and like I said, it's something that hopefully I can grow, grow the community, grow the subscribers. Those of you that aren't patrons, don't feel bad. Don't feel like you're not, a true subscriber or whatever. I know it's a very awkward subject. It's very, because money's involved and everything. But don't feel like you're not a real subscriber because you're not a patron. Not to say that I'm not obviously thankful for my patrons. Here I am, going like a gerbil on a wheel. But subscribing, giving a thumbs up to the videos, sharing the videos, commenting on the videos, that really, really helps the channel. I'm told that YouTube has this algorithm, so that'll definitely help that. If you guys enjoy the stuff I put out, definitely showing support by giving that thumbs up and leaving comments and sharing and stuff like that. That really, really helps. Is Christopher Nolan's Batman my favorite or nah? Yes. I think that on the whole, I just randomly saw that comment from yo boy Yoda. Yeah, it is. I think it is. I think on the whole, or as a whole, it's the most like self-aware, as far as like not silly Batman franchise. I think Christian Bale's a great Batman. I don't really care for his Bruce Wayne. I've said that in the past. I actually really liked Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne, and I was really curious as to see where that was going, because it reminded me of like the more mature Kevin Conroy Bruce Wayne from the Batman the Animated Series. He's Bruce, the Christian Bale Batman didn't really feel like he was Batman for all that long. But I do like it a lot. I'm a huge fan of the villains. I think I like the villains more than Batman, like most people, I think. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of that. From Paizo, yes, Joyful Spirit, it does say Paizo Incorporated. So if you know that, then this must be the package, and I'm excited because this weekend I'm gonna watch both of them now, or all 3 of them now that they're here. So I have not seen episode 6 yet either. I forgot that they come out at 2 in the morning my time, Thursday going into Friday night, and that usually always throws me off. I try to, if I'm up, I try to watch it when it drops. If not, I watch it on Friday. All right, Pastor, some people already know, but I'm putting together a Spider-Man cosplay of Peter's homemade suit from Homecoming. What? Dude, that's sick, Oasis. I really want to see that, man. I cannot wait for COVID to be over and like sharing cosplay stuff, because I'm huge into cosplay. You know, sharing cosplay stuff. I love that stuff. That's awesome, man. I really want to see photos of that. Let's see. Pastor, did you see Darkseid in the new Snyder Cut trailer? No, I did not. That sounds awesome, because Darkseid is basically DC's Thanos, and I think Darkseid, the storyline with like the rings and Green Lantern and all that, I think that opens up all those doors, which I think that's really cool. But I will check that out. I've been trying to keep up with like current events and stuff. Like there's one thing I wanted to touch on to hear what you guys think about it. Not to get controversial, but it is something that's happening, and it's something that impacts most of us in the nerd community. So, let's see. Final trailer on February 14th. Hey, Valentine's Day. Sweet. I'm gonna check that out. Pastor, will Matt eventually play D&D? I agree he would make a good barbarian. Yes, I hope so. I know that Matt has said in several occasions that as long as it creates content and as long as it's quality stuff, he's down. Will he enjoy it? I don't know. Not to say Matt's not someone who's, you know, into it or capable or whatever. It just might not be his cup of tea. Those of you that have played D&D, you guys know it's a very niche hobby and pastime. I think it's something that, you know, when you love it, you love it. When you don't understand it, you kind of shy away from it, because it's not something unless you put into it, if that makes sense. So the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. And a lot of people don't see it that way. They just kind of go, well, why am I going to sit around with a pencil and a little miniature and a piece of paper and start telling stories? Now, once you play it, once you engage in it, I think that you need to have equally a great DM or a good DM and a good set of players. Because if the players kind of trail off and each do their own thing, and the camaraderie is not there, and storytelling is not flowing in the way it's supposed to be to some extent, then you might have a bad experience. I'm going to try my best to be a good DM for Matt, because I think that'd be a fantastic video. I think it'd be a great reoccurring series. And if he likes it, who knows? He might be into doing it once a month. I know that that's one of the perks on Patreon, and I want to get that kind of ironed out. Whether I mentioned before that I wanted to do either like a PS4 game, if that's easier for you guys to engage, or D&D via like Discord, Roll20, D&D Beyond kind of deal. I'm looking into Roll20 and D&D Beyond. I know that Nathaniel Brown, who's one of the newer patrons, he's been into doing the Roll20, and if I could get that going, that'd be sweet. Pastor's UK D&D group, please. Yeah, dude. I'm like I said, I'm all into it, dude. Like, even on my desk, that's a mess right now. I just painted this owlbear. I don't know if you guys can see that. I may have shown you this in the past. I just painted this not that long ago. It was one of the Nolzur's minis that is like just primed, no base or anything. I painted this, but this zombie beholder. If you look at the base, that's the color that the beholder used to be. I'm gonna try and get it in focus here. But I made it look really gross. His tongue's like bleeding. It's not really doing it justice, but I got minis all over the place, man. I love D&D, and I would love to play it every day if I could. But yeah, like, I want to do more stuff for you guys. And just because I know I will forget. Trailing off, hold on. That would be so fun. I don't know much about D&D, but I've played a couple times with some friends and they're really into it. Yeah, dude, Nick, it's really fun. It's a great bonding game. It's a great critical thinking game. I actually have a video coming out next week on why D&D will last throughout time. Like I made the joke to my friends not long ago. I made the joke and I said, D&D will last probably forever, kind of like fax machines. Even though now you can scan a document and stuff, the concept of just putting a piece of paper through a machine and sending it anywhere in the world, to me still seems otherworldly. As far as like not just snapping a photo of it and screenshotting it. I mean, we're getting to the point where it will be obsolete. I am well aware of that. But for a long time there, especially in the mid 2000s, fax machines were like ridiculously useful still. So I think D&D along that same vein, kind of, sort of, will last throughout the ages. I think it'll be something that won't go away. And I don't want to give away why, because I have a whole video about it. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. Stephen Baker, what's going on, my friend? Much love to you, bro. I'm doing great. I hope you're doing well where you're at, and thanks a lot for hanging out, bro. Appreciate it. But one thing that, like I said, I wanted to trail away a little bit, just to get briefly what you guys think, not to, make the whole live about it, or get anyone feeling bad or anything like that. But so how do you guys feel about the news, unless you haven't heard, that Cara Dune, otherwise known as Gina Carano, I believe, I can't remember her last name, got fired from The Mandalorian? It's something that I really didn't, like I said, I didn't want to make a live about it because I didn't want to make a live just about complaining and stuff, and getting people upset, because I don't want to do that. But I also wanted to, share about it, because we are living in hard times. And, especially those of us who are in the U.S., it's the country's never been as divided before as it is now. Corano, thank you. It's not as divided as it's been, at least in the last 15 years. Since 9/11, I think 9/11 was the polar opposite of where we are now. It kind of brought the country together in the midst of a tragedy, and now it's kind of like we're being pulled apart again, if not faster. So, okay, here we go. You guys have started to chime in on it. MN says, I agree with the decision. Her comments left them no choice, to be honest, is what Alex W says. Movie Madness says, I also agree. Also, Movie Madness, definitely hit me an email. You said you wanted to collab. Hit me an email, bro. I don't know if you saw that. I commented. I'd like to know what you have in mind. Random Andy, you were expressing your opinion. 100% agree with the decision. Connor Stork says, I meant to take shots at Disney, not you. Oh, okay. Steven, what's going on, bro? Oh, yeah, I read that one. Sorry. I'm just reading down. In my opinion, her tweet wasn't offensive. No one should be hating anyone else. That's what Joyful Spirit says on it. Now, I did not read the tweets. I don't know, as of this moment, what was exactly said. I know that she's been looked at and scrutinized for a while now, I think since before season 2 aired. So I know that there was a lot of controversy. I know that she, the whole thing behind, should I be quiet or should I speak my mind? I know that was a discussion that was up in the air when I was, researching and stuff, the little that I've done so far. I agree with it. I don't think she's that huge of a character. They couldn't recast with ease. That's what Nick Mayfield thinks. Granimus Maximus or Granimus Prime Official says, I'm going to be honest, I don't agree with the decision. Star Wars has a big galaxy, plenty of characters to show or create. The character can be referenced without showing her. Mark McKeever says, I think that's a really good point. Virtual hugs to all of you. Steven, man, I love your positivity, bro. I love your positivity. Nick agrees with Mark. But yeah, stream ended so quickly after I felt like a piece of shoot. Had to reach out. Oh, okay, cool. No, if that's towards me, Brad, no worries, bro. Keaton Long, hello there. Hello there. But yeah, so the way I feel about it, I don't really know, to be honest. I don't know if it's one of those things where it's like, hey, should you separate the artist from the art? I've heard that said many, many times. And I think the answer is it depends. Not to get, not to sound like a politician where I avert the question, but I think it does depend, because if somebody says something entirely hurtful, in my opinion, and, they're given a chance to rectify it, whether they were, let's be honest, inebriated, or if they were, caught up in the moment. We're all human beings, and not that it's an excuse, but, things happen. And I understand that, if somebody says something and then they're like, look, if I could spend the rest of my career regretting what I did, I don't believe in just shunning them. But if somebody just has an ironclad belief, and you guys know what I mean, and they're unapologetic and they don't care who they offend, and this is the way it is, black and white, done deal, then yeah, move on from that person, because that is, in and of itself, is just a very toxic personality. And I can't remove the artist from the art at that point, because knowing that person is going to be really hard for that person to work with everyone else because they're so toxic, that's one thing. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, and I know that, but I know that Disney is a brand, and Disney is a very kid-friendly, family-friendly, organization, and they do have an image to uphold, which is why Disney is one of the greatest things ever, in my opinion. Far before becoming a father and a family man, I always respected how Disney was able to make, different movies and own different companies and they just didn't put the mouse's silhouette on it because they knew that it was either for an older audience or whatever it was. So I respect Disney for that. And of course I can trail off and talk about all the things Disney did that was really good, but Disney does have a dark past. And I think that that's something that Disney's trying to avoid to happen going forward. The scandals and the anti-Semitic remarks and all this other stuff that we've all heard about Walt and all that stuff. Not to get too into it, but point is, I think Disney is trying to steer clear from that, and sometimes just wiping the slate clean from any kind of controversy is the best way for them to handle it, or for anyone to handle it. Not that I agree with that 100% of the time, but as far as like the story goes, I think it was Mark McKeever said it. They could work around it. I mean, we went various episodes without seeing certain characters. We went, 3 or 4 episodes without even seeing her character, and I think that now it's a good way for them. Not to say that I 100% agree with it, because like I said, I don't know what was said. I will be looking into it and stuff and forming my own opinion, but they can very easily, just from a fan perspective and trying not to ruin the franchise, they can just say, oh, Cara Dune got in so much trouble because she bailed out, what's his name? Oh my God, what's his name? Bill Burr's character, and now she's in prison or something, and she's heavily guarded because she's so BA and stuff like that. They could do whatever they want with the character, and then maybe like what happened with James Gunn, things can be mended, and they can come to an agreement, and maybe she can either reassess and stuff and come back. Who knows? But I just wanted to throw that out there because I didn't want to. Joyful Spirit put the tweet on there. Says Jews were beaten in the streets, not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, even children, because history is edited. Most people today don't realize that to get the point. Okay, so that right off the bat, that just sounds like somebody who's very passionate about that subject. Obviously, there's more meaning to that. It can be interpreted as being kind of one-sided with it in her observation or whatever of it. I think that it's a very, very, very sensitive subject. As I said earlier, the whole thing about World War II and Walt Disney and Hitler and everything. There's a correlation in there at some point. I remember reading about. So that is a very sensitive thing to talk about, especially now. It's one of those things where I don't. So Joyful Spirit says, how is that any different from hating someone for their political views? Yeah, so that's exactly what I was going to allude to. I've always been told that politics and religion are things you shouldn't press on someone. Reason why is because you can very well be infringing in someone's beliefs that is their belief, and there are certain things that people steer away from out of fear and out of caution. Like, I don't talk about religion, I don't talk about politics, just because I don't do that. I have my own views and my own beliefs, and more importantly, I respect everyone else's as well, because even though they're not mine, I know how passionate, if I am passionate about mine, that I am, and I can respect someone else being that passionate about it here. So Brad Fedix says, Pastor, stop here. This is when it turned last night. When it turned last night. Oh, so you guys had a discussion last night. Gotcha. Brad, you know what? That's a good point. I was going to steer clear from it anyway, because like I said, it just stunned me because I was like Googling something and it said, Gina Carano fired from Lucas. And I was like, whoa, what? And then I kind of clicked on it and I was like, let's see what the subscribers think. But definitely, guys, I appreciate it. Northern Crusader says, to be honest, I was salty about this and I canceled Disney Plus. Look, I appreciate everyone's, outlook on it. Johnny Rivera says, take care. Appreciate it, man. But with respects, like if it was something like, I don't know, Murder, She Wrote or something like that, that this community wasn't about the nerdy community or whatever, what have you, I probably would not have brought it up, because obviously The Mandalorian affects most of us on this chat and in this community. Not to say that it's not important if it was on something that we don't talk about or share or love or whatever, but because it's a very real issue. From that point, I understand the the sensitivity and everything in it of itself. So I definitely don't want to incite any kind of argument or anything like that. But it is something that I couldn't ignore, just because of how much The Mandalorian means to all of us and to Disney and Star Wars and in general as a franchise, and how shaky it is and stuff. But anyway, moving on. A couple other things I wanted to cover. The reason why I wanted to build this as a Patreon exclusive live is because I wanted to do something, a little something just in a video, in a live, expressing thanks to each of the patrons that I currently have. And just kind of giving thanks to them on a one-to-one basis, just giving a shout out, like I said a while back. But how's the weather there? So it's weird, Steven. It's kind of like overcast, but it feels like it feels like a sunny day, but it's overcast. It's very strange, which means the bottom can fall out at any moment. So hopefully this live, I wanted to go on for about 45 minutes to an hour. Hopefully I don't have to cut it short because of the weather, or hopefully I don't just get cut off because of the weather. So Joyful Spirit, last thought on the subject was, I am sad to see the character leave. I liked her. Depending on how the story goes, we might not have to see her in season 3. Yeah, that's basically what I was saying. Connor Stork, gotta head out. Have a good day, everyone. Connor Stork, man, I appreciate you hanging out. Appreciate it. It's 30 below, and oh geez, man. Weather's just been gross. Prime's in the chat. Yeah, weather's been horrific. Prime, you're just in time. I don't know how long you've been in the chat, but I was about to give each of the patrons a shout out. So if any of the patrons, because of life, are not in the chat right now, definitely feel free to watch it in playback. I'll put it in the description that I gave each patron a shout out, because it's very important to me. So first and definitely, first off, I want to say again, if you do want to subscribe the channel that way by being a patron, of course the descriptions and everything are in all the videos. But this is something that I just want to give my thanks to. It's not a necessity. I don't want you guys to feel like I don't love you guys if you're not a patron. I know it's an awkward subject. It's in my mind. I have to get it out. But anyway, first off, we have Mark McKeever, who I believe is in the chat. He's been a patron since September, early September, September 6th, I believe. And he's been a Jedi Knight with the Patreon community, which I don't know what we're calling ourselves right now. We got to come up with that. But basically, he was the first patron. So there's obviously, I know you guys, some of you guys were like, I want to be the first one. So friendly competition there, which is cool. But he was the very first patron that I've had, and I love that Patreon has it in order, so I can go down the list. I do this because I'm scrolling up and giving thanks to all you guys. So Mark McKeever, thank you so much for being a patron since September 6th. It's incredible, and you're a big reason why I'm able to do the stuff that I do as consistent and as, I guess, creative, because of the support and the fact that COVID has, obviously impacted all of us, and it's definitely helped me and my family out a lot, and me as a content creator. Excuse me. I don't love you guys if you're not a patron. Pastor 2021. Yeah, no, that's totally not it at all. But yeah, so Mark McKeever, thank you. Next in the list is a man known by, I don't know if your name is different on here, but I've been at the end of all of my videos, the names that I'm saying are the names that I'm giving credit to. So I hope you're okay with me saying it. Joseph Scammon, thank you so much for being a patron since the same day as Mark. You guys, I guess, signed up at the very same day, September 6th. He has been a Jedi Master with the channel for a long time, months now, and has been really supportive as far as starting out strong with Patreon. It was a very shaky time for me. I didn't know if I wanted to do it. You guys basically were like, make one. And I was like, God, I don't know. And I didn't recognize Joseph Scammond. As I said earlier, I'm not sure if, you know, he has a different name. And I definitely want to give my thanks to you, because you might be a silent supporter. And if that's the case, thank you very much. If not, definitely make yourself known to me. That way I can be on a little bit more of a personal level with you. But I really appreciate the consistent support and the fact that you just went nose deep into the highest tier. Hopefully the whole perk about playing D&D that hasn't really happened yet because of the interest and the amount of patrons on that tier, hopefully that hasn't soured you in any way. And hopefully if it has, please reach out to me. But thank you very much, Joseph Scammond. I appreciate you being a Jedi Master since September 6th of last year. That's awesome. Next we have Marius. Now, guys, I'm gonna be real with you. I butcher names on a daily basis. So if I butcher your name, I sincerely apologize. Please don't be offended. I'm not doing it on purpose. I am up for any kind of correction 100%, so I don't keep messing your name up. This is one of those names that I'm so comfortable typing because I know how to type it, but I don't know how to say it. Marius, your first name is amazing because I'm a huge Anne Rice fan, so I know how to say that. But your last name is like Spiator. I hope that's right. But yeah, you've been a patron since the same time, September 6th. So I guess on September 6th, I got 3 patrons, according to this log here, and that's crazy because I did not expect, you know, that to happen at all. So you're another one of those, I think, silent contributors because you haven't really said much, I don't think. But with all that said, thank you very much. I really, no tier or anything. You just kind of give your own donation every month. And I guess that's a thing. That's something else that I didn't know. I just covered the mic there. That's something else that I didn't know Patreon did. So that's really cool. Marius Spiator, sorry. Thank you very much for being a patron. Next, you guys know this guy, or you may know him. Who knows? It's a little, you know, it's a little mystery to some. But his name is Matthew Lane, aka Matt Lane from Matt Lane Fitness. For those of you who genuinely don't know, who may be new here, not to sound sarcastic, but you guys know who Matt is. Matt Lane. I mean, his reputation precedes him. I talk about Matt all the time. He's one of the greatest guys I've ever met. He decided that he wanted to contribute to who's Matt Lane. He wanted to contribute to the channel early on, and just 3 days after the first 3 names on the list, Matt joined on September 9th. And he also dove right in and became a Jedi Master. And you know, Matt, obviously we're trying to get Matt to play D&D, so hopefully that'll work out. But Matt, like I said, guys, go over to Matt Lane Fitness, check out his channel. He makes sure that he helps each and every person up here, and everywhere in between. So Matt's channel is all about mental fitness and physical fitness and just being a good person and being a truthful person and being a proud person about yourself. And I think Matt is a great guy and a great role model, and I owe a lot of my mental health to Matt and, you know, my journeys and everything ahead. But yeah, Matt Lane, great guy. He's been a patron since September 9th. And Matt, I love you, brother. Thank you very much. Next down, we have William Fernandez. Now, I've talked a little bit to William during messages and stuff. He definitely has been, you know, engaging as far as talking to me through Patreon and stuff. He has been with us. Let's see here. So I'm not sure why his is, it actually shows every month. So I guess he started September 10th, so the day after Matt, and then also February 10th, and then March 1st. So I'm not sure why it's showing that way, but he's been a Padawan with the Patreon family for, I guess, that long. And yeah, so I mean, just anything and everything in between. I'm not sure because I don't know what that means with those months, but I definitely want to profess my thank you to William Fernandez, because you've been, you know, contributing to Patreon and stuff, and you know, I'm not sure what else to say on that, just because it kind of threw me off. But William Fernandez, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Next off is another someone that you may or may not heard of. He's been talking, you know, some say a lot, but I think not enough. And that's MN Comic Books. He's been with us since September 21st of 2020. He's been a Jedi Knight, and he's just a great guy. He's in the chat, guys. I mean, he's there. He just dropped the BTYE link for Matt. And he's a, you know, he reminded me, he told me about, if I remember correctly, he told me about the Last Ronin coming out. Made sure that I got on top of that, because that's like a $50 or $60 comic now, and he saved me a buttload of money by telling me, hey man, go check this out, and keeping me up to date on everything coming out in the nerd community that because I'm an old man who's a dad, you know, and everything else hasn't been paying attention to. So MN Comic Books, bro, thank you so very much for being a patron. Hopefully you're getting, since I know you're in the chat, hopefully you're getting everything out of this that you expect and want and everything else. But yeah, man, thank you very much. I really, really appreciate you, and hope to meet you one day and to, you know, take you out to dinner or something, man. And that goes to all of you guys. I just want to say, not just MN, but definitely goes out to all of you guys. So let's take a break here and see the chat real fast. Pastor said he helps you up here, right here, and I finished it by cutting myself off in comedic fashion. Nick Mayfield's like, I want dinner. Mark McKeever, what I miss? Oh man, hopefully you didn't miss my shout out. I gave you a shout out because you were the very first patron. Definitely feel free to watch it in the playback, but just in case you don't have a chance to do that, or why not just say it again, right? Thank you very much. I gave you props for being the first patron. You just took a blind nosedive into it, didn't have any kind of benefit, nothing out. You just wanted to support the channel, and I just want you to know, Mark McKeever, that you are awesome. Thank you very, very much. So next on the list is someone else who's very active in the community and an amazing person, has a great family. They're a proud owner of my very first Mjolnir. And for those of you that don't know, I'm a huge Thor fan, so it made my heart warm with joy to send it to you guys, whoever would have won it on the raffle for December. But the fact that I knew that for a fact kids were going to enjoy it as well as their parents and stuff. And that is none other than Joyful Spirit. Joyful Spirit is a amazing contributor to this community, to all of the communities in the Nerd Team 6 family. You guys know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. She is an incredible human being and really, really, really full of fire. And hey, somebody just put fire and love. That's exactly what I was going to say. You're living in here rent-free, Nick Mayfield. Rent-free, bro. Joyful Spirit, thank you so very much. I will be opening your package before the live is up. I will not forget. And I'm going to edit it just a little bit. My reaction of, not that I want to edit the reaction, but I'm going to put a little something in the beginning and a little something in the end, kind of editing of me watching the reaction video that you sent me of your kids opening it up. So I am so grateful for that. And I definitely am going to watch it with Ashley. So you're going to get both of our reactions on that. Joyful Spirit, thank you very, very, very much. I hope you also are getting everything you expected and wished for out of being a patron and contributing each and every month. As a Padawan since September 29th, 2020, that is insane, because here we are in February and you still find the channel and the community something that you want to invest your time and your money in. So thank you very, very much, Joyful Spirit. I love you very much. Next in the list is someone that I have not seen in the chat today yet, but I know that he will be here at some point, and that is Chief Supreme. Chief Supreme has been with us for a while as far as a member of the community, and definitely someone who really enjoys the PlayStation content. He was very active on those lives and stuff, and he's been a Jedi Knight since November 20th. So that's pretty dope, because that was like, what, 3 months ago? See, my math sucks. But I could be dead on. But anyway, November 20th. Yeah, today is the 12th. So almost 3 months, I think. But yeah, he basically he was like, hey, I'm ready to do it. I'm doing it. And I was like, hey, man, I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. And he was like, yeah, no problem, you know. And he's just one of those guys. I feel like I've known him for a while. Hopefully I get to meet him as well. He's asleep. Yeah, see, and if he's asleep, it's probably because he has a lot of work to do when he wakes up. So definitely, Chief Supreme, when you see this, if you're not in the chat, definitely, please watch this in playback, because I want you to get your thank you as well and your props for being a Jedi Knight with us since November 20th. Thank you very, very much, Chief Supreme. You're awesome. He and I share the Nacho Libre thing, and I love it so much. So Now, next, we have not Alex W, not to put you on the spot, bro, but I thought this was you the whole time. I think it was a coincidence thing that you were in the chat right around the time that he became a patron, and I was like, oh, it must be Alex W. Now I know, and I'm glad that I know for sure, because I'm over here going, your name's Alex, so this must be you, right? No. But Alex Painter, I think he's another silent contributor, because like I said, I haven't heard from him directly. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I want to clear up, but he's been a Padawan with us since December 18th of 2020. And that's awesome, because like I said, you guys find something special in the content that I create, and you want to contribute. And, you know, you guys, I'm so thankful for that. Alex Painter, you are among the 15 patrons that have been helping the channel out monetarily and stuff. And I really just want to say thank you so much, Alex Painter, and hope to see you and hear from you soon. Next down the list, we have another name that I'm going to butcher, but thankfully, I believe it's a he, has a handle that he goes by, because he put it in parentheses when he became a patron. And I believe he's all the way from Poland, because I have spoken to him on the chat a couple times. And yeah, he's a great guy. He also took a nosedive into the Jedi Master tier. Hopefully, his name is Jump 3R, but his real name, I'm not going to say because I will butcher it. But Jump 3R is how I've been giving him credit. And thank you so much for being a Jedi Master, just all the way up to the very top tier. You know, just giving your support. If you have a different name, I don't think you do, because I think you've been in the chat once or twice. But sorry if I don't know you from another name, but I want to say thank you very, very much. And also, if you are one looking for a D&D, the D&D perk that I originally had put on the Jedi Master tier, we are trying to figure it out, and I rest assured it will happen. Hopefully you're still with us when it happens. But thank you very much, and hopefully you get everything and anything that you wanted from being a patron, because you are at the highest tier. So I have to say that, because I still can't believe I have people at that tier. But thank you very, very much, Jump 3R. I really appreciate you. Next is a friend of mine that I've told you guys I've been friends with him for years, in the Magic circle, in the D&D circle, and just in the good person circle. I didn't see him in the chat. I know that he works really weird hours, really long hours, and he's also a man that, you know, is devoted to his family. So I know that he's really busy, but I know he'll watch it and play back. And his name is Nathaniel Brown, otherwise known as Nader, I think is his handle. But he definitely became a patron under his name, Nathaniel Brown, and he also jumped right into the Jedi Master tier. And I told him, I said, hey man, I know you're a big D&D guy, so if that's what you know, brought you here, I am so sorry we haven't done a campaign yet, but it is definitely in the works, and hopefully you enjoy everything else in between, you know, in the meantime. And he was like, yeah man, to quote him, he was like, I support content creators that I don't even know on a personal level. I figure I should show you the love since I know you on a personal level. And because of that, man, you almost brought me to a tier. I told Ashley, and she was like, oh my God, I mean, could he not be a nicer person? And I was like, I guess he can, because he just keeps surprising me. But Nathaniel, dude, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. When COVID's over, you and I are going to hang out more, because we share a lot of similar interests and similar you know, hobbies and stuff like that, and I just don't hang out enough with friends, and I know COVID has made it seem like it's been years. So Nathaniel, thank you so much for being a patron, bro. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you are getting everything you want out of it, and hope to see you you know, in the future and hanging out with us. Next, we have someone who's also in the chat, and you guys know that he's basically the 6th member of Nerd Team 6. He was one of you guys. He was a subscriber and a fan, and turned out that he was a local. And right before COVID, we got together and all met and all hung out and went bowling and did all this other stuff. And he is none other than Prime Adenexus, otherwise known as Glenn. I didn't want to call him Glenn for a long time, but now that I know him, I kind of got to call him Glenn in public, so people don't think he's just like a transformer. So Prime has been a patron since January 24th of this year, jumped right into the Jedi Knight, even though in my mind, he is a Jedi Master, 100%, great guy, amazing friend, you know, good husband, good friend, good dog owner, good everything. This guy, anything and everything that has to do with Prime, I have nothing but positive things to say. He is also a YouTuber, though he does not make content like like some of us do, where we do it on a consistent basis. He does it when he wants to share his content with you guys, and I think that's admirable. And definitely check out his channel, because he's got a talent that he is too modest about. This man has an eye for photography. You guys say I'm a good cameraman. This guy's a really good photographer, and definitely check out his IG and show some love where you can, because if he really wanted to, he can quit his day job and be a photographer, in my opinion. Prime, and you know I mean that. Bro, I love you so much. Thank you so much for being a patron. You know, I hope you're getting everything out of it. I hope that, you know, I can be more and more for you and every other patron and every future patron. But I just want you to know, bro, you're awesome. Thank you so much for being a patron. Next on the list, we have a new name that I probably know, but I don't think I do. And I might butcher your last name. I apologize. He's relatively new. I don't know if he's been in the chat or not, but his name is John Krynak, I think is how you say it. And he hasn't gotten a credit yet because he just became a patron. But his Patreon history is also kind of wonky. It says January 26th, February 5th, and March 1st. Not sure what that means, but he's definitely a Jedi Knight because it says that. And I really appreciate that, man, because if you're someone that doesn't engage in the chat, then you must feel value in the content that I create. So thank you very much, John Krynak, and hopefully I didn't butcher your last name. Hope to hear from you soon. Hope to catch you in a live. Hope to get to know you better, brother. And thank you very much for being a patron. I really appreciate it. Next on the list is another repeat offender, another just great person. I mean, this guy literally was like, I'm gonna jump out of the pool, land whether there's water or no water, because I'm crazy devoted to this community, the Nerd Team 6 community. I think he's a mod on everyone's channel. You know him, you love him. Sometimes you just gotta message him just to message him, because I know that some of the other guys just do it. His name's Random Andy, and he has a Random Andy's channel that I feel so dumb for not putting two and two together and realizing that he's also a content creator till like the last live I did with Matt. What is my problem, right? Anyway, Random Andy's channel. He is an all-star. He's definitely, like I said, all over the place. He is in the Nerd Team 6 MCU, so to speak. He is involved in every franchise within our community, and he is a great person. He's been a Jedi Knight since February 1st of this year. And Random Andy, bro, you are awesome. Thank you so much. Chris M, I just caught the comment. You're saying Andy's awesome. Yes, he is. As his name should say, Random Andy's channel, Random Andy's awesome channel. Little addendum there. But, you know, I can ramble on and on. Random Andy, thank you very much for being a patron. Love you, brother. Thank you. Last but certainly not least, another new name that I don't want to assume here because I don't like assuming, but maybe a content creator. I should Google it and find out because of the name. The name has a very nice ring to it. Wake Up Wyatt. I am not sure if Wake Up Wyatt has been in the chat, but he is the newest patron to the Patreon family. Just signed in 4 days ago, February 8th, as a Jedi Knight. And hopefully, Mr. Wyatt, you get everything and anything you want from this community, from being a patron. Hopefully you enjoy the content. Reach out to me. Let me know what you like, which kind of videos, you know, are your thing, a little bit about yourself, in case I do another appreciation video or another appreciation, you know, giveaway or raffle or something like that, because I just want to do as much as I can for the patrons, because they do all and everything for us. And you guys basically helped buy the 3D printer that, oh, did I say that out loud? I think I did that on purpose, because that's what, anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. But Wyatt, thank you very much for being a patron. That is 15 patrons that I have. That is 15 more than I think I, dare I say, deserve, just because I just feel like I don't give you guys enough. But thank you guys so very much for being patrons. And if you want to be a patron, I'm not going to tell you no. I just definitely want to give those who are patrons their props and their, you know, their love that they deserve, because you guys are awesome. Alex W with a super chat, I believe. Yep. Alex W says, Pastor, you might want to check again and press F5. F5. Okay, F5. Okay. I'm not sure what that did, but let's see. What's F5 do? Does Pastor have a new patron? Oh, well, let's find out. Let's refresh that old Patreon page. Let's see here. Oh, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. So this time I can say with absolute certainty that Alex W, that's W, is a patron. Not Alex Painter, which thank you very much, Alex Painter, not to, throw you under the bus. I've been calling Alex W Alex Painter for months now. And what does Alex W do? He becomes a patron at the Jedi Knight level as of right now, like 40 seconds ago. Dude, thank you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, man. Alex, dude, I think the Discord link and everything is on there, and I think you should be able to get that because I think that's on that tier. Reach out to me, bro. Tell me what you're into. I think I heard you talk about being a DM and stuff. I'd like to bounce some stuff off of you, and hopefully get maybe do some sort of collab where I just interview you virtually and talk about being a DM and stuff. Alex W, dude. I don't have a hat to take off, but I tip my hair to you, Alex. Thank you so much, man. Brand new patron, guys. History in the making. In this video, we got a new patron. I don't think that's happened before. And if it has, I'm sorry for not saying it before, but this is awesome. And also, Alex, he's just the gift that keeps on giving. I know what F5 does. Apparently, it refreshes your page without hitting the little tap symbol for all of you Magic players out there. But I'm getting a little kooky. I'm sorry. So let's see. Alex W with another super chat, bro. Let's see. I think you did. I think it's a little delayed on my computer, but I think I just saw another super chat. When it pops up, I'll definitely read that. M.N. Comic Book says you can invite him. I appreciate that, man. Really, really appreciate that. Any news on the British horror pastor law? So, Joom, I don't know what happened to the message. I can't remember where it was. When I told you the last time that I was gonna contact Peter Laws, I couldn't find the link or something, and it totally slipped my mind thereafter. I'm glad that you brought it up again because I was trying to remember who it was that sent it to me. If you don't mind to email snapkeepvideos@gmail.com, I will definitely do it first thing in the morning. At least just send them an email and try and get something going there, because that is something that I felt so bad about forgetting. I'm so sorry about that, but I really hope that I still can, and that you would email me that information one more time, and I will definitely star it so I don't misplace it again. Dude, that's awesome. I'm so happy that most of you were here for the appreciation. We're at around 52 minutes, so maybe I should open up this package and start winding things down here so I can take my son to my mom's house and get this Friday going. I think I have to go to work today. I don't know, but you guys are awesome. 25 in the chat. Heck yeah. Nerdy. Is it newbie? Oh yeah. Hey, there's the super chat. Let's see. Why is it not letting me read it? Super chat. There we go. Alex W. For £2. 2 pounds, I believe. I'm an English guy from Matt's live 2 weeks ago. Yes, dude. You were the one that was on the call, dude. I'm telling you, man, that's something that I really, really like. Hopefully, maybe one of these days I could coordinate it and maybe do something like that when I'm over at Matt's house, because I love hearing y'all's voices and stuff. When certain subscribers and patrons of his called him, I was like, dude, this is like the coolest thing ever. I love the British accent. I'm super biased with that. I love that accent so much. So whenever he calls people from overseas, any kind of accent that's not the American accent, I'm all about it. So that's really cool, man. Thanks again for the super chats and for being a patron and all of that. You guys, I'm gonna start crying on stream. That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, so a couple things. What I wanted to say a couple things. I'm trying to remember. Oh, right. I got. Let me open this first before I get lost here. So this, confirmed from Joyful Spirit, is the rest of the package of movies that she recommended I watch, and my boss knew what it was, and I had no idea. So that's, I know, right? That's crazy. What? So, bro, These are some sick, like, covered, like, photos and stuff, man. So, Dead Gentleman Production presents the Gamer's Director's Cut. Super dope. Literally looks like my table or my cosplay closet. My God. And the Gamer's Darkness Rising, the definitive edition as well. Look at that, dude. Guy's holding a D20. So am I. This is the D20 that I use for the raffles, by the way, which is my next thing that I'm going to talk about. Joyful Spirit, this is dope. I am so excited to binge all of this because this looks like it's literally right up my alley. Right up my alley. It's comedy, it's D&D, it's role-playing, it's LARPing, it's cosplaying. It's just, for me, it's what it is. Thank you so much. And for those of you that don't know, we have a P.O. Box. It is P.O. Box... I always suck at this. P.O. Box 1962. I should know that because that's Spider-Man's birthday. Niceville, Florida, 32588. And if you have anything art related, any kind of, you know, even if it's just a postcard, whatever it is that you want me to open on a live, or that you want me to enjoy or have, like these movies and this kind of, you know, stuff, this awareness that I'm been living under a rock as big of a nerd as I am, feel free to send it there. I check it every other day or every couple days, and I open everything on a live unless you explicitly don't want me to. If you send me a letter and you're like, don't read it on live, it's just for your eyes only, then, you know, I could do that as well. I also frame the art that is given to me. I am actually going to buy a frame for the Mjolnir art that Joyful Spirit sent me. That's going to be the next thing, and I'm putting it right next to, going down the line, and eventually I want to fill this entire wall full of you know, user submitted art and stuff like that, or user submitted art, Patreon and subscriber submitted art. That's what I'm thinking. Random Andy with a super chat, $5 super chat. Appreciate you. Shout out to everyone here, both patrons and those who are subbed. I really look forward to the content that comes. Random Andy, I couldn't have said it better myself, bro. See what I mean? See what I mean with Andy, bro? See what I mean with Andy, man? Andy knows what's going on, man. I don't know why I'm talking like that. But anyways, Authentic Thomas, yo, what's going on? What's up to you, brother? How you? Let's see. Haley, he works in a comic book. And oh, yeah, that's definitely where I work. There was a video, last live was at my job / LGS, so definitely check that out, Haley. Darkness Rising is awesome, dude. I am so excited, Joyful Spirit. I'm so excited. Stephen Baker showing love, being a sweet friend. Random Man, yeah, it does look amazing. It looks fire, dude. Like, I am so freaking excited. Awesome gift. I know, dude, it's sick. I have never heard of this, so like, if it's like, I'm a big fan, even though I know this is probably, not sure. I think it's unrated. But I'm a huge fan of Knights of Badassum. It's not for kids because there's like curse words and stuff, but it's one of my favorite movies because of how you know, it's involved with LARPing and D&D and stuff. And you know, there's one of the lines that I quote, and I say this all the time, especially when I'm trying out a new cosplay. I'll look at my wife and she knows what I'm about to say, and she's like, oh God, here it comes. I'm like, yeah, 'tis not the size of the young knave's blade, but the lustinous thrust by which legends are made. I always say that, guys. Every time. Kyle, what's up? What is up? Can you send a Discord invite? Yes. Or MN, yes. Yeah, MN's on it, man. He's on it. Dorkness. That's a good one. I like that. Chris Sam, Pastor, enjoyed the live where you took us through your place of work. That was fun. Where else in Pensacola area can we go? Oh, wherever you want. So, Chris Sam, that's a great point, because one of the videos that I have planned in my notebook of scripted ideas, which is something I was also thinking about doing for the patrons, is putting it on there for all the patrons, all the tiers to see all the notes and stuff that I write and how I get videos constructed and stuff like that. I'm thinking about just throwing all that on there so you guys can see my sloppy handwriting and everything. But yeah, so one of the videos that I want to do, I know I'm going to do it, I just don't know how yet, if it's going to be a live or if it's going to be an edited video. There are 10, I think it's 10, 8 or 10 haunted locations, because I am a huge haunted ghost story kind of person, even though you guys know, those of you that I saw an apparition at my house, I know I did. I know I saw it. I want to do a video on the haunted houses in my area. That could be something that I could do. I'm not sure if I'll be able to go into all the places with lives and with a live, but I will try. I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna talk to Holden. Holden's good about that stuff, and Jeremy and Matt, figuring out whether it should be a live or not. But that's something that I really want to do. So I do have it not scripted, but I have it all written down, all the locations and everything that we're gonna go. Update on my ghost? No, man. I guess that's good. If she's in here, if it is my grandma, if you want to say something, like if I'm walking through the hallway and you're just like, oh, I love your family, or oh, enjoy the house or something, I'm okay with that. Just please don't scare me again. That's all I think about. That's, if ghosts can read minds, that's what I'm thinking about. Like, I'm sitting there and I'm just like, please don't just show up in that old timey period clothing where I literally know that you're not real because you're dressed like Marie Antoinette. But no update so far, MN, which is a good thing. So pastors, clergy. Yeah, maybe that's what we should call the patrons officially. The clergy, even though it's not a religious thing. It's just my name and it's just a play on words. But yeah. Wear those 2 shirts proudly. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. So I'm trying to figure out a way to add t-shirts as a perk for something. I'm working with Matt about that because Matt's really good about branding and merchandising and stuff, because Matt, you know, it's Matt. I learned everything from Matt. But yeah, so opened up the package. Oh, one more thing before I go, because we're over an hour and I need to get ready for work. I am going to announce, well, does Holden actually have an army? You right. No, he doesn't. So you're right, pastor's clergy it is. Hey, I have it on my sweater. It's all good. My final announcement for today, you fine people that I love so very much, is we got another super chat. That's not the announcement, but that's so awesome. Long Matey 80, $10 super chat. Thanks a lot, man. I don't recognize the name. Apologies for that, but welcome and thank you so much for the super chat. And I think it's a question that I can't wait to answer. Godzilla, Kong, or Chuck Norris? Wow, that's an easy one. Who would win in the ultimate showdown? Also, thanks for the hours and hours of entertainment. Much love. Thank you so much for the thank you. Thank you for enjoying it and for sticking around. And for a question that I really want to answer, because it's a very easy answer. Chuck Norris, bro. Chuck Norris. 125% is the Norris man. I mean, so much so that when the Chuck Norris jokes started, I was like at the forefront of that. I was in grade school. I think it was in 8th grade. And my buddy Rob, one of my really good friends who I used to make D&D games with and stuff, we were big on the Chuck Norris thing. Like, you know, when you open up a can of whoop-ass, Chuck Norris jumps out. Chuck Norris doesn't mow his yard. He just stares at it and dares it to grow. You know, it was so funny, dude. Like, Chuck Norris was the topic in my senior year, dude. Like, I was like, CNN, one of the jokes I made up, which was super corny, but I was like, CNN sued Chuck Norris for claiming, or Chuck Norris sued CNN for claiming rights to the name of the network for the Chuck Norris network or whatever. And dude, it was just constant. So thank you so much, Long Matey 80, for reminding me that Chuck Norris is the man. And my favorite, that the self-aware joke at the Expendables 3, where he's like, I once got bit by a rattlesnake, and after 3 days of agonizing pain, the rattlesnake finally died. That's one of my favorites. Thanks for that, man. You made me laugh. That's awesome. But anyways, the announcement for the February giveaway item for patrons, and who won that item. The person who won the item is in the chat. I rolled the magic D20 that's all metal, and every time I hold it, I feel like I'm gonna drop it on my toe because it's entirely steel. I got it from like one of my last Magic tournaments. Okay, let's make this fun before I go. I always say before I go because I gotta go. But do you want me to say who won it before I say the item, or would you like me to say the item before I say who won it? Go. COVID-19 is scared of Chuck Norris. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Item, we got 2 for item. We got 2 for item. Item, then who? Okay, so yeah, it's unanimous. By unanimous decision. The item is, in honor of Black History Month, I want to do something with the 3D printer. I know I told you guys, I showed you on, or I put on my IG, the Groot that I printed. I'm actually painting it right now. I got a couple other things that I'm working on. This was my very first print. Very first print. It's a little Chinese cat. It's really hard to see because it's white filament, but it's a really cool little Chinese cat. We got some guesses. Oasis is saying Black Panther. Would you be able to tell me? Would you be able to tell me your email? Yes, I will put it in the chat. Can't type today. There it is. That's my email. Yes. I forgot who it was. Let me see. Oasis. Black Panther. Yes. So I have a file for a small Black Panther bust of just like from basically their t-shirt, the little seam of your t-shirt cuts your arms off. So it's like the chest and then the head. And that's what I want to do. That's what I want to give away in honor of Black History Month. I was going to do something Black Panther related. I didn't know if I wanted to buy something and ship it to you guys, or if I wanted to make something and ship it to you guys. And I think the making something for you guys is a little bit more special because, you know, the 3D printer is something that I did invest in, not only for the 501st cosplay stuff that I do, but because I wanted to use that to give back to the people who helped me purchase it. So I definitely want to do that. I think it's going to be comic books and 3D printed stuff, and then cool stuff that, you know, stuff that we use in videos like the hammer and stuff like that, that I'm going to start doing. So it's going to be a 3D printed bust of T'Challa in the Black Panther outfit. And not just that, because I did say in honor of Black History Month, I'm going to paint it. I will paint it myself and send it. And it hopefully will be to the satisfaction of King T'Challa himself, because R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, you guys know how I feel about that. He's one of the best. He's one of my favorites. So, haven't got there yet. Yeah, I have not got there yet. So, now that you guys know what it is, Black Panther bust, I was going to show you a picture of it, but it's just going to be a surprise. And that's just what's going to happen. The winner is, drum roll please. Do you guys really want me to say it? Do you guys want me to say who it is? You guys want to know? You guys really want to know? You guys really want to know? Freaking awesome, Pastor. You are an amazing artist. Oh, thanks, Steven. I really appreciate that, man. Okay. You know already? Wait, hold on. Nick says he knows already. Who is it, Nick? Do you guys want to take guesses? Do we going to take guesses of who it is? So basically, you guys know the deal. I roll this D20, and I put all the names in a list randomizer, roll the D20, and then whatever number comes up on the D20, I hit randomize that many times. And the name on the very top of the list is the person who won. So here we go. MN Comic Books. Boom, dropped it. Mic, drop right now. That's who won. That's who won. You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. 2 of you guessed MN. Yeah, that's exactly who it is. Oasis, were you guessing too? Dude, you're 2 for 2, bro. MN, bro. Yeah, dude. That's going to be headed your way. As soon as it's done printing, I'm going to start printing it tonight. And then I'm going to start painting it when it's done. Then I'm going to package it all nice and protected. All that good stuff. Bam. Sent to your place. Hopefully you enjoy it as my my gift to you. Black History Month, being a patron, all that good stuff. Good things. I like it. I'm talking like Kevin Hart. It's okay. But now, the very last thing I'm going to say, because it's been an hour and 8 minutes, is the following. The next raffle I do, I'm thinking about switching it up. Not switching it up, but maybe switching it up. I don't know. Since the list randomizer randomizes everyone's name and doesn't just give me one name, I want to do like a top 2 or a top 3 where I have 3 items, and number 1 gets like the biggest item or the most wow factor item, and then numbers 2 and 3 get like subsequent items. That way more people can win each month, because as the Patreon family grows, I think that even if it's just every once in a while or every other time, that I, give thanks to more than one person. So I have a bunch of nostalgic things that, mean a lot to me around the house. And, a lot of, like I said, 3D printer can make whatever. So that's basically my plan. If you guys like that, let me know in the comments, because I really have to go now. But yes, really appreciate it, Pastor. Will look great in my comic collection. Yeah, man, I hope it does, dude. I hope it does. Bro, sent the info on Peter Laws again. We'll put it in the comments as well on this one. Thank you very, very much, JS. I really appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that, because I felt so bad that I haven't contacted him yet. And I know I told you that I was going to, and I am, as soon as I get that email, or get to that email. Send you kids TV as prize and see what happens. Pastor acting like Matt. I gotta go. Yeah. Oh, Matt says that too. I didn't know. Steven, I love and care about you too, bro. And I think everyone here does too. Nick Mayfield, Pastor, please try and say this man's name. Say this man's name. At King of the Hills 34. Wait, what man's name? Oh, I can only imagine you mean the only name that's not written in American, what is it? Alphabet? I won't even attempt to butcher. I can guess that it's... Actually, no, I'm not even going to guess, because I feel like I'm going to be really bad. You are amazing. Please tell me your name, because I don't want to butcher it. I know I have Asian in my family. I'm like 1/8 Chinese or 1/16 Chinese or something like that. But I don't think that's Chinese. I think that is... Is that Japanese? I think it's Japanese, but I could be wrong, because I suck like that with not knowing things. But I'm sorry. Just call me Weeb. Weeb, you got it, Weeb. You got it. It's Japanese? Lit. I called it. All right. Weeb, welcome. Don't know how long you've been a follower. I think you commented on one of the videos, because I was like, oh, I can't read who it's from, but it's awesome because they love it, because I love that they love it. Pastor, you're also keeping the great work. Thanks, Nerdy. I really appreciate it, man. Those of you that are tuning in not long, or not long ago, or now, recently, currently, sorry, because I have to go, but feel free to watch it in playback. I am going to do more lives, because I love doing this kind of thing. I love talking to you guys in real time, and you guys are amazing. So once again, thank you so very much to all of my patrons. New patron, Alex W., thank you so much. Very, very special thank you to him for deciding to become one of the few, the many, the few, the proud, the many, the Marines, the few, the proud, the few, the proud members of the Pastor's Clergy. Thank you guys so much. Love each and every one of you. 3,000. 3,000. Thank you. Love you guys. Wakanda forever. Love you guys. I gotta go. Catch you guys next time. Be good people to each other and everyone else. I love y'all.